man, let's talk, man. Prediction video. Shakur Stevenson taking on uh Teofimo Lopez. I just did the film breakdown. I mean, this might be one of the worst fights ever, bro. Watching, I've done a few film breakdowns. I used to do them on Instagram. For those who remember, I do some on Instagram, little bootleg ones. But this shit, man, right here, this particular fight, man, this got, unless something happened or something like that, this shit was horrible. Like watching that film breakdown, y'all see the Patreon because y'all gonna see this on the Patreon first. If y'all watch the film breakdown, bro, this is highly disappointing, man. Both these niggas is highly disappointing, bro. And I don't say that from a place I don't like neither one of them. I don't care who win or who lose. But watching that film break, these niggas suck. Entertainment value on -0. Okay, T.O. don't have a punch. Now in this fight, T.O. punch may return because he fighting a smaller fighter. This nigga right here sucked too. You know what I'm saying? He's a good defensive fighter, but I mean, this nigga, he ain't got no offense, man. He throw more get off me punches than anybody I've seen in my life. He don't throw punches with conviction. He don't have convicting. At the end of the day, you might get him to throw 3 punches in a row at the most, and they ain't convicting punches. You know, with his athletic ability, I feel like he really should be really turning and pivoting guys, you know, shoe shining guys, spinning up out of there. And I know he got hand issues too, so I do understand that. But offensively, this nigga suck. I'm gotta just keep it a beam. But 24-0, no losses, no draws, 11 KOs, 5'8", 68 8-inch arms, reach, according to Box Rec, give or take something. No, the Padley fight was on late notice. Now they got an asterisk by this nigga name. It's hilarious. Zepeda fight, spinach artichoke, you know, De Los Santos. I mean, that shit was terrible. I mean, he been terrible since he got ever since the Oshino fight. He got there, man. But honestly, man, yeah, that shit was terrible, nigga. This nigga got the worst highlight tape of any boxer. T.O., you know, T.O. is good if the other fighter is creating offense. T.O. is good if the other fighter is creating offense. So if you need to know something, T.O. is phenomenal. You know, if you able to create the offense, he able to work off what you create. If it's a situation he got to take it to you in a Lomachenko fight where Lomachenko didn't do nothing, yeah, I mean, he just, to me, he's a really good counter puncher. And if you bring the fight to him, you know, that's when he at his best. But he looks athletic versus, like, you know, Wade Drain, Josh Taylor, where he looks athletic versus Arnold Barboza. In this fight, we gonna really see how athletic he really is, okay? But, you know, 5'9" height, 68.5-inch arms, half-inch reach advantage according to Box Rex, 22-0, one loss. That one loss, of course, claimed to George Camboso. I mean, he been ass since he got to this weight class too. The Pedro Campo fight, trash. Sandor Martin fight, I feel like he legit lost. Josh Taylor fight, you know, Taylor was drained, old, but hey, shout out the dog. Jermaine Ortiz fight, I feel like he lost. Steve Clegette fight, that was in Miami, that was trash. And I never seen the Barboza fight, so I seen the breakdown. It didn't seem like nobody did nothing. So, you know, when I kind of talk about this particular fight, man, to keep it a beam, I mean, if this is an exciting fight, some variable is going to have to change in this fight. You know, somebody going to have to turn into a beast. Somebody got to do something different. In layman's terms, this fight really come down to the fact, can T.O. make Shakur Stevenson mount offense? If Shakur Stevenson is able to pity-pat, get back on defense, and pity-pat, get back on defense, you know, he don't really transition from defense to offense and offense to defense. He does, you know, he defense. He'll mount some offense and then get back on defense. Think about Shakur. He throw punches and then he immediately get back on defense. Like, he throw get off me punches when he don't have to. I was watching, you see the breakdown. I was watching him fight Arnold Barboza. I mean, from Oscar Valdez, he hurt him with a body shot, and maybe he felt like, but Al Valdez was baiting him. Like he was pity pat. He didn't try to even go for the kill. Try to be. He don't have no offensive. His offensive slider is zero. He don't have any offense. When he throw punches, I think maybe he don't trust his hands, and that might be what it is. But he not. I mean, he don't throw with him. He don't have any dog in him. He talk like a dog. He talk like a dog. He don't have no dog in him. Offensively, it ain't no dog in him. You know what I'm saying? And that's my opinion on it. And I know some people, may disagree with that, but yeah, he ain't got no dog. He ain't no dog. He ain't no dog. So, but if this fight is going to be won, to be honest, if this fight is going to be won, I think it's going to be won from the standpoint somebody gonna have to break. If it's going to be exciting, somebody's gonna have to break tendency. Somebody's going to have to break the tendency. And the thing about Teofimo Lopez, he likes to wait for the guy to create the fight. Come to him, throw punches so he can work off of it. Thing about Shakur, he get his and he go right back to defense. He'll throw a punch and he'll be fading back, or he'll throw two good punches and then he'll reset and step back instead of pivot or step through and really walk through his opponent. Like he did versus Pally, but he knew Pally wasn't no threat. So, if Shakur gonna win this fight, he can do what he want. He gonna be able to do what he want to do. As long as he ain't sick or get tired, he'll be able to pity pat, defend, make T.O. desperate. T.O. start swinging for the fences. T.O. make a lot of mistakes, jumping off his feet constantly. He might drop T.O. and catch T.O. jumping off his feet. I think that's probably gonna happen. He gonna drop T.O. T.O. gonna jump off his feet, and he has, one thing about him, he got good vision. He might just clip T.O. with a nice little, right hook. He like to throw the right. He like to throw the right jab, and he like to throw a left hook. He like to throw a jab, and then he like to throw a left hook. Then sometimes he'll throw a jab, then come back with a, turn that jab off. He'll throw a jab and then come back with a lead right hook. And then he'll stab that left hand down the pipe. Then sometimes Shakur just come through with one right hook, left hook. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of his throw off. Like a fighter about the ball up, he'll throw right hook, left hook, and then he might follow up with another punch, and then he get immediately back on defense. Immediately, he had a dude hurt or he had a dude balled up, and he just reset. That's just his mentality. I remember watching Keith Thurman fight Pacquiao. It took him 8 rounds to figure out you fight a southpaw, throw a straight right hand. So he started throwing a jab right hand. He popped Pacquiao head back. He'd take two steps back or a step and a half back. Instead of throwing that right hand and stepping in and throwing more punches or pivoting over and getting the angle and hitting them. Shakur reminded me of the same thing. Shakur throw 1 or 2 good punches, and then he'll instantly take that step back. So he ain't really looking him out no defense. Shakur looking not to get hit. So if he just be himself, it's going to be a boring victory. Nobody going to be hurt in the making of this film. And if, what T.O. need to do, T.O. need a jab, but T.O. don't throw no jab for real. T.O. throws the illusion of a jab or throwaways. He don't jab enough to win this fight. When Shakur be getting caught, it always set up with a jab or a straight punch. You fight Shakur Stevenson, you need to bring a really good jab, 1-2. You need to have a really good 1-2. And then you can clip him with hooks around the guard. That jab, it pop his head back, straight right, pop his head back. That's what's going to pop his head back. And when you pop his head back, you better be prepared to follow up. See, a lot of people say, oh, he don't have no punching power. But watching this fight, a lot of these guys don't be trying to sell out when they got him on the ropes. They not willing to walk through the fire when they on the road. So he must got some power. Because I watched a couple fights and guys ain't really trying to walk through that shit. You feel what I'm saying? They ain't trying to walk through that shit, bro. So, he got enough power to keep them dudes up off of him. So ain't nobody really trying to close that gap because, and beat his ass. They ain't trying to do that. But if T.O. gonna win, it's gonna start off with a strong jab, not just one jab. Zepeda I was screaming in the field breakdown when I was watching the Zepeda fight. Bro, I was so upset watching that fight, dog. I really wanted to jump through the computer screen and slap one of them niggas, man. Real talk. Because Zepeda was walking him down and not throwing a jab. You know, and not throwing the jab. Now, how you walking somebody down? You ain't throwing a jab. You walking them down and not having. So Tio he's probably got to close that gap with a strong jab, strong right hand. You know, jab to the body, jab to the chest, jab to the head, double jab, not just one jab. Stick that right hand, come with that left hook. You know, that's what he got to do. He got to close that gap with a jab. When he get in there, he gotta be willing to take something to get some. Attack the body, work upstairs, downstairs, play rough with him. You know, pull his arm in the clinch so he can pull it out the socket. You know, be a little bit dirty. Hit him on the hip. Hit him. Jab him to the solar plexus. Hit him under the heart. He gotta be nasty with him. But the thing about how do you get to that point? He got to use a jab to close the gap on him, and he don't use his jab enough. So, you know, if he don't jab, you know, and he don't sell out to get the fight, it's gonna be interesting because I think Shakur got better conditioning. I think Shakur gonna be quicker, better reflexes. That better boxer. Only thing T.O. can bank on if he gain the weight and he's sluggish or he can't take the punch. So honestly, I think Shakur mundane unanimous decision. You know, I think this is gonna be a stinker. It's gonna be what T.O. make it. You know, to be honest, Shakur is he's a scary dog. He's a scary ass fighter. Honestly, he's a scary fighter. He throw punches and he immediately get back on defense, bro. Like when he throw the punch in his mind, he already back on defense. So you got to understand he throwing punches and fading back to the back foot so many times. You know, he's like a quarterback that been sacked 10 times in the game. Nigga gunshot. And once fighters figure out I bring a strong jab to the table, double, triple that jab up, stick that right hand behind him and create off of that, y'all a beat dude. I'm telling you, y'all a beat him. But hey, I like Shakur unanimous decision, mundane unanimous decision. Hit the link in the description. Join the Patreon. Shout out to y'all. Y'all got it first. I don't even know if I'm gonna drop it Monday. I might wait till the end of the week to drop it. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the link tree, find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Peace.